Eh, eh, okay, okay, eh, eh, eh.
What's making you so happy? Why are you dancing so much? What's making you happy?
I just received an alert, so my dividends from GTCO just dropped into my account. Sha.
Hey, let me quickly check my own account. So let me check my own. My own has dropped to nice. You know what? I'm thinking, let me just go and enjoy myself this evening. Let me just go out and enjoy myself with these dividends. Maybe have a little dinner, or maybe just plan a weekend trip or something. You know, I've earned it now. Come on.
Hold on. Pause that. Pause that thought first. Instead of spending it all, why not reinvest it? That way, your money keeps working for you and continues growing even more. What do you think?
Invest, yeah. After, wouldn't it be better if I just enjoy my dividends now?
Think about it. You can buy more stocks, diversify your portfolio, or even put some into mutual funds. Like me, I'm actually investing mine into the lead fixed income fund and also putting some aside into the lead balance fund, to spread my risk and also increase potential returns.
Actually, that makes sense. That sounds so smart. Instead of spending, I can just grow my money faster.
Exactly. Reinvesting your dividend compounds your wealth over time. It's like planting seeds that grow into bigger trees.
Thanks, Lead Bubble. Maybe I should even start reinvesting my dividends too. Maybe buy more stocks. I can even invest in the mutual funds offered by Lead Capital.
That's the spirit. Remember, the key is to keep your money working for you. The more you reinvest, the faster your wealth grows.
Invest your dividends wisely. Reinvest, diversify, and let your money grow.
Investors. My name is Linda A. Ebudage. I'll be taking us through the equities market review dated 14 July 2025. So we'll be looking at dividend qualification window, stock recommendation, corporate actions, dividend payment trackers, a weekly expectation and outlook, as well as key proven investment principles. And so looking at the ASI and NGS 30 indices rather, the movement we could see that from the graph, there's a movement from the All Share Index and the NGX 30 over the trading week ended. Both indices recorded steady gains throughout the week, indicating broad market optimism and sustained investors' confidence. The NGS ASI, that's the All Share Index, began the week with just below 1,226 points and closed above 130 points. The marginal upward trend was observed from Monday to Thursday, followed by a more pronounced surge on Thursday and Friday. This momentum may have been driven by positive earnings expectations, increased institutional activities, as well as macroeconomic triggers. The NGX 30, which represent the top 30 stocks by market capitalization and liquidity, mirror the NGX ASI movement, but not at a slight lower magnitude. It opened around 121,000 points and closed at 127,000 by the end of the week. The accelerated movement from the midweek suggests strong buying interest in fundamentally sound and liquid stock. So the whole graph presentation has provided us with the upward trend across both indices, suggesting strong increased market participation, particularly in large cap stocks, and it implies a bullish sentiment among investors. Looking at the distribution of volume across the sectors, we have the financial sector dominating trading activity with 56% of the total volume. This reflects sustained investors' appetite for banking and financial services, likely due to attractive valuations, dividend announcements, or strong Q2 performance projections. Next, we have the others, which include industrial, agriculture, ICT, etc. They made up 25% of the total volume, indicating a diverse interest in non-financial sectors, possibly driven by sector-specific news or policy shifts. Looking at the oil and gas sector, it's followed by 10%, a modest share that might reflect profit taking and cautious positioning amid the fluctuating global oil prices. Looking at the service sector, it contributed 9% to the chart, showing limited investors' activity, which could be due to low volatility of fewer listed players in the sector. However, the heavy skew towards financial service underscore its pivotal role in markets, liquidity, and investor strategy. Going by the presence of others, which accounts for the agriculture, the industrial, the ICT, it's a signal that potential broadening of investor focuses beyond just the traditional sectors. So during the week under review, a total of 5.39 billion shares valued at 107 billion were traded across the Nigeria exchange, marking a marginal decline from 5.46 billion shares valued at 108.1 billion recorded in the previous week. Looking at the sectorial activities, its financial service industry maintained dominance on the activity charts, accounting for 3.02 billion shares valued at 56.24 billion, contributing 56% and 52.17% to the total equity turnover volume and value. The oil and gas industry followed with a turnover of 556 million shares, worth 8.1 billion, while the service industry ranked third with 466.15 million shares traded at a total of 2.60 billion. Top traded equities for the week under review, we had Access Holdings, we had Japol and ICO Insurance jointly accounting for 1.4 billion shares valued at 15.84 billion, representing 25.9% and a total equity volume of 14.69% of the total value traded. Looking at the market performance, the all-share index and market capitalization recorded notable gains, appreciating by 4.26% to close at 126,149.59 points and 4.54% to settle at 79.8 trillion. Under the sectoral performance overall, 4 out of the 5 major sectors under the lead capital coverage closed positive, where we had the banking closing with an appreciation of 12.649%, the consumer 2.18%, the insurance 13.83%, industrial 2.49%, except for the oil and gas sector that closed negative. Looking at the dividend qualification window, on this list we have the BOA Food with a declared dividend of 13 naira, qualification date 21st August. So the implication is you can buy into that stock until the QD for you to qualify for the dividend payouts. Looking at our weekly recommendation, we won't go over the review for last week without giving you a call to action. So at Lead Capital, we have carefully curated a list of recommended equities based on technicals, fundamentals, and technical and fundamental indicator, which focuses on value, growth opportunities in the current market. Looking at our number 1 to 20, it falls under the buy recommendation, while we have 22 to 29 under the hold recommendation and 30 to 36 under the sell recommendation. It's worthy to know that a more comprehensive list has been shared via email to all our valued investors. This is just an extract for the purpose of this presentation. So looking at dividend payment tracker, a comprehensive table of companies declaring dividends and as well as record payments, dates, yields, and payout history. We have BOA Cement, as top of the list. Their qualification date was actually 3rd July. So payment date is 21st July. And the name of the registrar is Africa Prudential. So if you have bought into any of these tickers and you're yet to complete the documentation for this, do well to complete the forms, or if you don't know how to, send a mail to customer service at leecapitalng.com. Somebody will guide you through on how to go about it. We have the e-transact declared dividends of 12 naira 5 kobo. Qualification date was 7th July. Payment is 24th July. The registrar for this particular stock is Meristem. We have Cornerstone declared 27 kobo. Payment date is 29th July. We have Fixin declared 1 naira. Qualification date 11th July. And then the payment date is 1st of August. Ikeja Hotel declared 15 kobo. Qualification date 4th July and payment date 1st August 2025. So looking at our market expectation for the week, strong buying momentum outpaced selling pressure, reflecting improved investors' confidence. And as for our ASI, it hit an all-time high, driven by gains from April's rebound. Market anticipation is high ahead of the Q2 earnings releases. Market breadth has improved over the last month, and if no external shock occur, the bullish momentum is likely to continue, with the ASI possibly testing the 130,000 points. The bull is projected to dominate most trading sessions in the week. Earnings season, investor sentiment, and macro indicators will be the key driver of this projection. So we won't go without leaving you with a key proven investment principle. Number one, we have invest regularly, ignore the noise, monitor your portfolio, be open to rebalancing your portfolio, consider dollar cost averaging, determine your profile, diversify your portfolio, that is invest in key sector, and consider mutual funds. I'll be handing you over to our fund manager who will be taking us through the fund fixed income space.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you once again for taking out the time to join us. Quickly, we'll look at what transpired at the fixed income segment of the market without taking much of our time. Let's look at what we saw at the money market and the treasury bills space. I think the week that went by was quite very interesting, as we saw something quite unprecedented in terms of rate movements. Starting with the funding rate, we saw funding rate jumping by almost 500 basis points from settle at around 31.5 and 32.17% respectively for the open repo rate and overnight rate. And that was due to the pressure we saw on liquidity in the system. Last week, two major auctions took place. We saw the Nigerian Treasury Bills auction and then the OMO primary market auction as well. And the settlement of both auctions mounted pressure on liquidity, which eventually closed the week on the negative territory. And we saw also the Treasury Bills auction, the Treasury Bills secondary market, we saw its mirroring activities at the primary market auction, where rates significantly declined by almost 200 basis points to close the week at 18.35. What does this simply mean? It simply means that those who are currently holding positions in any of all the securities are in significant gains, while those who are just contemplating to position now might be having to buy at a more expensive rate. This is not to say that it is too late to buy, as we strongly believe that the best time to take any investment decision has to be now. Fine, we might feel sad that we didn't take those decisions earlier. I think the best next time to take those decisions will be now, as we believe that the downward trajectory in rates we've seen in the past 12 months might still continue in the coming months. Then quickly looking at the primary market auction, we saw 250 billion worth of Nigerian Treasury bills offered at the last auction, as subscription hits close to about 1.32 trillion naira. We're looking at roughly 1.1 trillion above the amount amount offered. But post the auction, we saw just 201 billion worth of treasury bills offered by the CBN. And due to the elevated subscription that we witnessed, we also saw similar pressure on the rates, as on the 91-day rates declined by about 206 basis points to settle at 15.74%. On the 182-day, we saw a 215 basis point decline to close at 16.20%, and on the 1 year, we saw a 254 basis point decline to close at 16.3%. Now, something that is quite worthy to notice, if you look at the 91, the 182, and the 364-day views, we can tell that they are largely trading around the same level. Look at the 182-day, for instance, 16.2%. And compared to the 364-day view, 16.3%. Naturally, would have expected that the gap would be more than this. But what does this tell us, or what does this point to? It points to the fact that rates seems to be going back to where they were coming from. I think earlier this year, we had projected the movement in the stop rates beginning from last year, and that will be early last year, around January, when rates began to rise. And then when we began to see the decline, the consistent decline. So looking at where we are now, it seems like we are returning to where we used to be. But in all of this, I think that it is not a time for investors to shy away from these markets, being that if you look at pre-2024, who are still for those who are yet to take decisions, we believe that it is still not too late for you to do that. Similarly, in the bonds market, we saw similar sentiment as well. Rates also declined at the bonds market, with buy interest largely witnessed across the short to the mid end of the curve. And what is largely fueling this, we can attribute it to investors taking advantage of the current levels we have in the market. Traditionally, we would have expected that with the equities markets shooting up, we should see slower activities at the bonds market. But that is not happening. That is to tell us that investors are now more savvy, they are now more knowledgeable, that the levels of rate, the rate levels they currently have might not be available for the nearest future, might not be available in the nearest future. So as such, let's take advantage of what we have currently before they disappear. And it's also a call on all of our esteemed investors, as you're positioning in the equities market, for as those that have made significant gain in the equities market, looking at where market is, because just like my colleague had rightly mentioned, market is now at its all-time high, and we might see some stocks experiencing profit taking. That is not to say that those that have been fundamentally analyzed, we should shy away from them. But if you've made significant profits and you feel like, rather than watching this profit go down the drain, let me take some profits, invest in other aspects of the market. I think that's the logical thing any national investor should be considering at this point. And we strongly believe that with as long as you follow our guidance and our recommendation, we promise to deliver superior and premium returns to all our esteemed investors. The previous week, we saw Naira appreciating significantly on the back of the weaker dollar. But last week, we saw a reversal. Naira lost at the official window to close at oh, sorry, Naira. Okay, sorry, this was your update. Apologies, please. But we saw generally across both the official window and the forwards contract, we saw Naira depreciating significantly, and that's because we've seen the dollar index picking up, and as such, the Naira seems to be weakening against the dollar. But that is not to say that the dollar is crashing out. I think the Naira is crashing out. I think the stability we've seen in the previous week, we will still continue to witness that, as long as the monetary authorities continues to put in effort in stabilizing the currency. And then for our expectation for the week, we expect that rates generally across the markets, both at the treasury bills market, at the secondary market, we continue to experience bullish run. And as such, we would like to encourage our investors to take advantage of what we currently have in the market. And how can we take advantage of the current rate levels in the market? We can see our various product offerings have been well curated to offer you the opportunity to enjoy this. From our little fixed income fund, a strictly fixed income fund that invests in fixed income securities, we've seen rates beginning to depreciate, rates beginning to decline, which means that these funds are now offer more value to investors as the inverse relationship between rate and price will now set in. A balanced fund as well, with the elevated performance in the equities market, we strongly believe that this fund is well positioned to also profile or offer superior returns to our investors. The fund has currently done a year-to-date return of 28.01%. When you look at that compared to ASI, it means that if you can have a blend of equities and a blend of fixed income, you are set to enjoy better returns than what you will likely get from other competitors in the market. And then our dollar fund is also there to provide our clients the opportunity to hedge against a depreciation and also to diversify their portfolio. All of these products are there, to offer options to our clients and for those to key into any of those that well suit our objective. Then lastly, before we end this presentation, we'd like to speak to our fixed income product as well. Our fixed deposit product rather. Just like we pointed out at the beginning of this presentation, rates environment in the market is currently heading to where we used to be, and it would be wise for any investor at this point to lock in their funds at the current rates we have. With our tenors ranging from 90 to 365 days, you can lock in your funds, and we are quite confident that the rates we would offer you will be superior when you compare it to what you would naturally get from other competitors, particularly the deposit money banks in the market. And with this, we come to the end of our presentation. It is worthy to note that the best time to take any decision, particularly investment-wise, is now. We should not blame ourselves that we should have taken this decision before now, but you can always decide today and begin to enjoy the dividends of investing. Thank you very much for taking out the time to join us. We've come to the segment of questions and answers. If you have questions, please make do of the chat box, or you can signify by a raise of hand, and you would be given the opportunity to ask a question. Very quickly, let's begin with the questions we have in the chat box. Please, can you send the list of, I believe, our stock recommendation to your email? That's noted. The list has already gone out this morning. I believe if you check your email, you should have received that. But notwithstanding, your email has been taken note of. We would still do well to share a copy with you. And also our WhatsApp channel, if you've not joined, please do well to join the channel. The recommendations have also been dropped in the WhatsApp channel for Lead Capital PLC. Any information you need pertaining to the markets would also be provided through their medium. Please, we would like you to include a wide array of penny stock recommendations on your weekly recommendation that would bump. Okay, so I guess that's a suggestion to us. That's well noted. So our recommendations have been well curated. We like to recommend fundamentally sound stock, not just anyhow stock. And if you look at the list of our recommendations, we have a mix of both the premium stock and the penny stocks to give advantage to other investors who might be interested in those. If you look through our recommendation, like rightly said earlier, we've shared them this morning. The one presented this morning was just some selected ones from a wide array of stock we've recommended. I'm sure if you look through them, you'll see some penny stock that gives you the opportunity to hold them for long term and then to enjoy significant capital appreciation. I think we have someone's hand up. Miriam Ugo, you've been given the permission to unmute your mic. Kindly unmute and ask your question, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Can I be heard?
Good morning, ma. Yes, we can hear you. Good
morning. Okay. Thank you so much for this platform. I think this is my first time of joining this platform. I don't know if it's been holding before now, but for a while, I wasn't getting your messages, your weekly messages. So I contacted my very good friend and Daniel in your Abuja location, and he sorted it out. So I started getting your messages, I think a fortnight ago. And this morning, I looked up my email and I saw that this meeting was going to hold. Despite the fact that I'm in the office, I told myself I was going to join. So I really, really want to say thank you for setting this up. Um, I have two questions. One is
Okay.
your WhatsApp channel. I don't have it. Number two, is this meeting, is it going to be, or is it every Monday at the same time? So I would plan myself properly. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for the feedback and the kind words. We truly appreciate them. And also would like to thank you for taking out the time to join us as well. Just like you've rightly mentioned, this meeting holds every Monday at 8:30 a.m. And it's something that we've been doing for the past 2 years, and we hope to continue into the foreseeable future. We'd like to implore you, you can also share the link to the meeting with your colleagues, your friends, families, as we strongly believe that the information we dish out here, it's quite useful to everyone, and taking out the time to join will do everyone good. Thank you so much for the kind words once again. We truly appreciate it. Then, as for the WhatsApp link, I will drop it in the comment box. And we may also send it, maybe we'll send it across to all our investors, the link, such that you can just click on it and then you join the channel from there. Thank you so much once again, ma'am. We have, okay, it holds every Monday. Sorry, I think I skipped that part of the question. The meeting holds every Monday, 8:30 a.m. Every month, every Monday, yeah, as long as it's not a public holiday at 8:30 a.m. The WhatsApp link will be dropped in the chat box now. And after the meeting, we'll also send it as a blast to everyone so that you can just click and then you join the WhatsApp channel. A name was misplaced during the presentation. What does it mean? Okay. Apologies about that. Your name was misspelled. That's noted. We would ensure that that's well pronounced or spelled going forward. Thank you. Please add me to your WhatsApp group. Okay, I will share the link in the chat box for everyone to click on. And like I said earlier, I would also send it via email such that you can just click it from your inbox. It seems like the message about joining the group seems to be filling up our comment section this morning. We've taken note of that. I'm sure those that are there currently will testify to the quality of the message that we dish out, and we implore those who have not joined to kindly join as well. What is your LFI doing? Market value is doing 25. Okay, the current yield on the fund is roughly around 18, inching close to 19%. That's the yield on the fund, 10.73 as at our last check. And if you look at what other fixed income funds are currently doing in the market, we are quite confident that we are above average and we always aspire to do better. Please can the WhatsApp link be posted so we can join? Yes, that's noted. We're doing that right now. You should get the link very shortly in the chat box, and also would also send via email. Please, how can we buy the GTCO London listing? Some quick clarification would like to make. Is there any reason you're looking to buy in London? Are you looking to take advantage of the arbitrage? There are some clarifications we would need. But if you look at the gap between the London price and the Nigerian price, we really don't think there's value in the arbitrage opportunity there. But it's something we can always take outside of this call. Mr. Ali will contact you to get more information as to why you're looking to buy in London. Maybe you have a subsidiary over there, or you have family, friends, relatives you're looking to recommend to. Questions. You may use the chat box or indicate by a raise of hand. Okay, penny stocks have done better in the past 2 years than fundamentally strong ones. I support the call to include them in your communication, even if it is to buy, sell old record. Oh, that's noted. Like I said earlier, we have some area of penny stocks in our recommendations, but we'll still look for that, dig deep into the market and see if there are any more stocks we can recommend going forward. Kindly share your WhatsApp channel. That will be done. Please, you can check your email after this call. We will send via blast to everyone so you can click from there. Okay, because of our time, I think we've come. We would like to draw the curtain to the meeting for this morning. Just for knowledge sake, this meeting holds every Monday from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's only 30 minutes to discuss the market and project our expectation for the week. And also to catch up on other happenings, you can please visit our various social media channels on YouTube, our Lead Capital Group, and on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find us there. We thank you for joining us and we wish you a productive and a successful week ahead. Thank you.